everybody, Lucy here, and today we have come into Warrington today for a little bit of train spotting. Not at Warrington Central, but at the main Warrington station here at Warrington Quay, which is on the West Coast main line, obviously. So then, I've always had a little soft spot for Warrington Quay because I've always thought it was a really, really good station and an enjoyable one too. And a very exciting one. So then, here at Warrington Quay, you will see services by Avanti West Coast, Transport for Wales and Northern. And maybe a little bit of freight if we are lucky, I'm not sure yet, but I did see a freight train as soon as I got here as well. So then, that's all my little intro stuff. So then, let's see what else shall happen here at Warrington Quay, or what action shall happen here at Warrington Quay, I must say. Okay, so then see you all when the next train comes, everyone. Now passing through is going to be our first freight train of the day and our first train of today, which will be a freight class 66. So then 66756.
Will be the 1017 Transport for Wales.
66 roaring through Warrington Quay right there. And that's to see all where the next train comes. Now arriving in is going to be the 1017 Transport for Wales service to Holyhead from Manchester Airport with the class 197. This will be a doubled up 2-car unit. At the front is 197011. Is 197042, and that sees all when this double Transport for Wales class 197 departs. Now departing is going to be the 1017 Transport for Wales service to Holyhead with 197011 and 197042. This is formerly 1017 Transport for Wales service to Holyhead with a double class 197, 197011 and 197042. The train that's beside me on platform 3 is the 1015 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central from London Euston 39112 Express. And that's to see all when that Pendolino departs. Now departing is going to be the 1015 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central from London Euston. This was the express, by the way, that went non-stop from Euston to here, 39112. And this caught me by surprise because I was filming the Transport for Wales train as soon as this arrived in. This is formerly 1015 Avanti West Coast service to Glasgow Central with its next stop of Wigan North Western. This was the express from London Euston that went non-stop. And as that Pendolino heads up the West Coast main line up north, as you see all when the next train arrives in here at Warrington Quay. See you when the next train comes. Now arriving in is going to be the 1025 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at London Euston only, which is the express. This is formerly 1025 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston from Glasgow Central, the class 390 Pendolino. This is the express, which will, with its next stop of London Euston, 39131. And it is City of Liverpool as well. It says on the plaque. And as this Pendolino boards into Warrington Quay now, as you see, so when this Avanti West Coast Class 390 Pendolino departs. Now departing is going to be the 10:25 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at London Euston only. 39131. This is the service from Glasgow Central. And this will go on the non-stop express. Direct to London, because this train's next stop is London Euston. At least this service will come in handy for me when I go to London. 39131 with the 10:25 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston, calling at London Euston only. Nice acceleration there. And then while this Pendolino was boarding, a Transport for Wales double class 197 did arrive with the delayed 10:20 service to Manchester Airport. And as that Pendolino heads down the West Coast main line to London Euston, as you see is all when the next train arrives in. Now arriving in is going to be the 10:26 Avanti West Coast service to Blackpool North from London Euston. This is going to Blackpool North, and I think this will be the one service because they did change stuff in the timetable. By the way, 39154. This caught me by surprise, this service. This is forming the 10:26 Avanti West Coast service from London Euston to Blackpool North. I imagine this will have went via Birmingham New Street. 39154. I think this is the once a day Blackpool service with Avanti. But as that comes to halt aboard, as you see is all when this Pendolino departs Warrington Quay. Now departing is going to be the 10:26 Avanti West Coast service to Blackpool North from London Euston. At its next stop at Wigan North Western. 39154. And as that heads up the West Coast main line at Pendolino, as you see all when the next train comes, y'all. Now arriving in is going to be the 10:39 Northern service to Chester from Leeds with a double 195-0. So then at the front is 195001. Is 195017, and as you see is all when this double 195 departs. Now departing is going to be the 10:39 Northern service to Chester from Leeds, 195001 and 195017. And arriving in on the left is 39008. With the 10:42 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston via Birmingham New Street. This will come from Edinburgh Waverley. 195001 and 195017 with the 10:39 Northern service to Chester from Leeds. 39008 is beside me with the 10:42 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston via Birmingham New Street from Edinburgh Waverley. As you see is all when the Pendolino departs. Now departing is going to be the 10:42 Avanti West Coast service to London Euston via Birmingham New Street. 39008. This will come from Edinburgh. and now head to its next stop of Crewe. And as that goes down the West Coast main line, as you see on when the next train comes. Now arriving in is going to be our final train of today, which will be a Northern Class 195, which will form the 1049 Northern service to Leeds from Chester. This is forming the 1049 Northern service to Leeds. This will be our final train of today, and due to the buildings in the way, we won't be able to catch this departing. This will be a 195/1 because it is a 3-car variant. Heading into platform 4. And also apologies for the fences in the way when the train edges closer. But this is the 1049 Northern service from Chester to Leeds with a class 195. So then, 195-107, and that was not a turn off a 195, that was just a freight turn from the sidings down the road. 195-107. As this 195 arrives into Warrington Quay, which will form a service to Leeds, I shall conclude today's video here at Warrington Quay. Apologies that I can't catch the 195 departing. It is due to those buildings in the way, which is annoying me. But anyways, if you did enjoy today's video here at Warrington Quay, make sure to like and subscribe for more. I have been to Warrington Quay before, but never to film a long form video here. So filming a long form video here was nice. And I have done both Warrington Central and now Quay. So then, that is me here at Warrington Quay, and I shall see you all in the next video, everyone. Peace out.